50% off your annual subscription. Now, sign stealing in itself isn't against any rules. There's a reason teams use a complicated sign system to begin with. If your signs can be figured out without electronic assistance, you're at a huge disadvantage. But using technology is against the rules, and as detailed in the Rosenthal-Drellick article, a feed from a camera in center field, fixed on the opposing catcher's signs, was hooked up to a television monitor that was placed on a wall steps from the team's home dugout at Minute Maid Park. From there, Astros players and employees would decode the catcher's signs. Once they cracked the code, they used something a bit more primitive than a real-time video feed to signal the upcoming pitch to their hitters. They banged on a trash can to signal off-speed or breaking pitches. Here's an example. August 2nd, Steve Cishek pitching to Jake Marisnik. First pitch, no bang, fastball. Second pitch, bang, slider. Third pitch, no bang, fastball.
Ready.
There we go.
I'm ready for you.
I hope so. I hope so. First things first, on a more serious level, how is your health? I remember earlier this month, you talked about how you had a lengthy battle with cancer that you've beaten and what have you, and I know the world wants to know first and foremost, how are you feeling? How's your health?
Well, you know how I must appreciate your asking, but the good news is it wasn't good 15 years ago. And certainly the advances weren't there like they are now. But I had some great coaching. I had some great people with the MD Anderson people that are down in Houston, and some great people in my life, a brother-in-law, and they sent me to a trial. And it wasn't something that anybody could get. It wasn't available for use. And I went through that trial. I'd go 2 times a month, and then
and learned that it doesn't end well. Not only does it not end well, 5 billion people are dead at the end of 72 minutes.
Jesus.
You begin to realize you quickly realize as you read the book that, there
Jamie,
are...
your mic's on or something? Something just made a weird noise. Oh, yeah.
It's Carl.
Oh, it's Carl. I was like, what's going on?
It's the animal humor in the difficult subject. There's literally hundreds of thousands of people in nuclear command and control who practice 24/7, 365. What would happen if deterrence failed and we had a nuclear war? They are practicing this, Joe. And it's like, talk about being behind the veil. No one knows it.
Through the hair. They went, I had the hair up long a little bit, a little extra length, and they put a little pin just straight through it and got me.
That ain't right. They got me too. I'm not 6'5", I'm 6'4" and 7/8".
Oh, that stinks right
I looked
there.
at the fucking guy like, you fucking kidding me?
Combine gets everybody. I thought I was 6'3" my whole life. Get to the combine, 6'2" and 5/8".
Yeah,
demoralizing. Well, welcome to the #1 sports podcast in the world, Pat. It's an honor to have you here. How's it feel? You nervous at all? You feel good?
I'm extremely nervous, not because of Travis, because of Jason and those sunglasses he's wearing. I mean, those things, how can they not intimidate you?
He put them on, man. He wears his sunglasses at night. Are you kidding me? Is it too bright right now? The lights are too bright, baby.
I don't know. I saw, Pat, I saw you wear your sunglasses for the game this week, and I felt inspired. And I didn't have anything that cool, so I actually just went and bought them 5 seconds ago before.
With my friends Tom and Amin, the internet brain co-hosts of Basketball Illuminati, is because this episode is gonna be an investigation. An investigation into the newest and quite possibly weirdest mystery in the era of legalized gambling on professional sports. And this investigation required not only a dozen sources, as well as the kind of statistical insight you can only get at tomthefinder.com, but also in Amin, a former Phoenix Suns exec who loves Nicolas Cage movies, as you will see. Because in April of 2024, as you might recall, an obscure Toronto Raptor named Jonte Porter got banned for life from the NBA for betting on and tanking games, allegedly, as early as January 2024. Porter ultimately pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud in connection with a deli owner.
A lot of things we need to improve on. a lot of things to immediately get better in a short week. That can be a challenge at times, but we feel good about our plan for the week, and we'll get ready to welcome Raheem and his team here on Sunday night. So another opportunity to get to play on national TV, something that gives us an opportunity to put our team on display, and we want to continue to try to chase improvement. Like I said, congratulations to J.J. McCarthy on the NFC Offensive Player of the Week honor, and looking forward to seeing him build on that. It starts today. It starts with his preparation. Again, I thought he had a great week of preparation that led him into being able to overcome some adversity and help lead us out of a place where we weren't playing very well offensively, and we found a way to get on track there.
Once upon a time was America's gambling capital. Long before Vegas was Vegas, Hot Springs was Vegas in the United States. I grew up in a town where there was a bookie on the Chamber of Commerce. I grew up going to the racetrack with my family on the weekends. It wasn't something that I saw as being some sort of behavior that was pathological or taboo. That's just what we did for fun. And it wasn't until I was able to leave that place and travel a bit to realize that not everybody in America thought about it the same way, especially not in the 80s and 90s. I mean, Pete Rose was a big deal.
Mr. Rose has accepted baseball's ultimate sanction, which is lifetime ineligibility.
Did you bet on your own team? Yes.
There's a name for it, gambling on sporting events. It's called gaming. It's clandestine, immensely profitable, and entirely illegal, except in the state of Nevada.
I bet just about every week, yeah, on the football games.
A couple of dollars makes the game more interesting.
But the New York Giants did this offseason in free agency, both in terms of players they brought in and players they lost. The Giants spent nearly $90 million on two big free agents in corner Paulson Adebo and safety Javon Holland. And when you think of the 2024 New York Giants, you probably think of Malik Neighbors on a very bad team, or even fellow rookie Tyrone Tracy making plays out of the backfield too. But the 2024 Giants offense wasn't the only bad part of the team. The defense wasn't great either, though the defense was definitely set up to fail at times by the offense. This was a unit that finished 29th in DVOA and was 31st in defensive passing DVOA, and when you allow 26 or more points in 9 games in 2024 the way the Giants did, well, you're going to lose a lot of those games, and for reference, they were just 1-8 in those 9 games, with the lone win coming over the Colts near the end of the year. Now, if you look at the raw defensive statistics for the Giants passing defense,
being here very, very much. I'd also like to invite you to subscribe or follow for free on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Well, folks, welcome in. The preseason is over. The Bills ended on a high note, a good performance against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And on Bill's squad with Jerry Ostrowski, I went through and we really analyzed that game and talked about the standouts. And I want to get into some of that here on today's episode of Locked On Bills, but I want to focus on that conversation through the lens of my final 53-man roster projection. So I'll go through each position, tell you predictively how I think this thing sorts out. Now, one of the big storylines every year when you get to this point is the concern, the panic, whatever word you want to insert